In this video, I'm going to be discussing 5 things the Dark Pictures Little Hope needs to fix. Here we go. Warning, spoilers ahead. The Dark Pictures Little Hope is going to be an epic look into another horror-filled story from the developers Supermassive Games. Little Hope is going to be the second chapter of this anthology series, the first being Man of Medan. Now in Man of Medan, we were subjected to a lot of scares, a group of bad guys, some laughs, and potentially even some romance. Sounds like a great game, right? Well, you are correct, and I did enjoy my playthrough of Man of Medan. But there are some things that I hope do not happen or come over to Little Hope. Some things are minor, and some more detrimental to the story, gameplay, and could affect your playthrough of Little Hope. So stay tuned till the end to find out 5 things Little Hope needs to fix. In at the first slot of this list, we have the walking mechanics. And I am so glad we are getting this one out of the way early. This mechanic was the most frustrating for me while I was playing Man of Medan, and I hope it doesn't transfer over to Little Hope. The walking mechanic of Man of Medan was probably the worst part of the game for me, and I really enjoyed playing Man of Medan. The playable characters seemed to have a lot of trouble moving down hallways, corridors, and even into different rooms. So you would sit there and smash your character off the wall a couple of times before you had them lined up just right. There is almost a delayed response from the controller to the character, or the characters were judging your decision to further explore the place when they just wanted to get the hell out of there. Which, I can't really blame them because I would probably feel the same way. Either way, I would love it if it does not come over to Little Hope and it's fixed right away. The weird thing is, I did not find this type of trouble in my playthrough of Until Dawn. It seemed the character moved very well in the game, and going room to room was very easy. Maybe making the doorways just slightly wider, or just making more room for error when access another room, would go a long way. Now this is just a minor part of the game, but if it is not correct, it can be extremely infuriating. Please fix this, Supermassive Games. Now, coming in at the number 2 spot, we have the total length of the game. Yes, the total length of the game is on this list, and I swear, I'm not being picky. I genuinely hope that Little Hope has a lot to explore and plenty of content to keep us coming back. During my playthrough of Man of Medan, I was met by the end of the game a lot sooner than I expected. Yes, I know that different decisions would impact the length of my playthrough, but from what I gathered, most other players that played the game took about 5 hours to complete, me included. Which, to be completely honest, is a little underwhelming. It seemed like I was just getting to the best part of the story when it just ended. I hope Little Hope is much longer and has much more to explore. Even Until Dawn had an approximate length of 10 hours, which to be honest is what I expected for Man of Medan. 8 to 10 hours I believe would be a good sweet spot for Little Hope when it comes to game length. Not too long and not too short. Supermassive Games would have plenty of room to put all their dark pictures, and possible ways to split up the characters and even add more scenarios to play out in different ways each time you play. Please, Supermassive Games, make Little Hope longer than Man of Medan. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have more critical decisions. This is what I mean. During my playthrough of Man of Medan, there seemed to be a lack of critical decisions that would impact the game and how the game turned out. Yes, there was plenty of character decisions that would impact one character liking the other or disliking the other, but for decisions that would impact the playthrough or the gameplay, I feel like there was a heavy lack. Yeah, there was that part where Conrad had the choice of picking up the knife or running to the skiff and make his way to the closest boat or island or something like that. But besides that, there really didn't seem to be a lot of critical decisions. This is the kind of decision I'm talking about. The decisions that split people up, changes the direction of the gameplay, and potentially lead us to different obstacles or events that might not have been there if you didn't make this certain decision. That kind of decision. I really want multiple decisions that impact the gameplay of Little Hope. This way, each time you play the game, you could have a much different experience than the last time you played. The replayability would be incredible and would bring players back for more and more scares. Maybe a decision to check out the woods that would lead to a secret graveyard to explore, or going into a basement of a home to reveal secrets of the witch trials, something like that. These are just random ideas from the top of my head, but would be very cool and creepy to explore and find. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the length of the intro. Okay, this one sounds kind of minor, but this one can make a huge difference. Check it out. The introduction of Man of Medan was really cool and showed a little backstory into how the Orang Medan, which is the haunted ship, became haunted. Alright, that scene was pretty cool, I gotta admit. Then we met the playable characters of Man of Medan, Alex, Brad, Julia, Conrad, and Fliss. Now, meeting the playable characters and getting to know them a little bit was a great and a necessity if you ask me. But I felt like we were getting to know them way too long, and not really getting to the meat of the story quick enough. Yeah, it was cool to scuba dive and potentially have Alex get engaged to Julia, but there were just a lot of what seemed to be filler before anyone could get aboard of the actual haunted ship, which was supposed to be the main setting of the game. I really hope this is not the case for the Dark Pictures Little Hope. Yes, there needs to be an intro where we're introduced to the backstory of the game and get to know the characters a little bit, but I hope it doesn't take well over an hour to do so. That way we have more time to explore the main settings of Little Hope and less time waiting and working on character development. It took me forever to get actually on the haunted ship in Man of Medan, and all I wanted to do was further explore the ship. A little less intro and more core gameplay would have been huge. And finally, we made it to the number 5 spot on this list, and personally, I want to thank you for making it this far in this video. Now, at the number 5 spot, we have more dynamic and likable characters. Okay, check this out. Man of Medan gave us 5 playable characters that are all different from one another, which gives the game plenty of variety. Which is great. The more characters with a wider variety of traits is great. The only thing is about that is that I at least wanted to like one of the characters. Yeah, that's right, I am not fond of any of the characters from Man of Medan. Just because I couldn't connect with any of them. Alex seemed like a typical jerk, especially to his brother Brad. Brad was the epitome of a scaredy cat. Julia came off as a know-it-all, and Conrad seemed like a pompous rich kid. The only character that I kinda liked was Fliss, because she had a little bit of mystery about her, but that was pretty much it. I want Little Hope to have some dynamic characters that are all different from one another, and have their own chemistry about them. And yes, I hate that I keep bringing up Until Dawn, but their characters were so good. Each character had their own personality and their own quirks about them. I liked all of Until Dawn's characters, and even I liked to hate some of them. Now that is what I mean by dynamic. And this is what I want for the Dark Pictures Little Hope. Tell me what you want to see in Little Hope and let's discuss it in the comments. My name is Shayne Static, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.